Hi there, I'm Tim Nash here with Skogman Realty. I'm here with Keith and his pup Cora. Hi Cora.
Hey, Cora.
Cora. Yeah. Keith is a previous client of mine, and him and his wife Raechelle. When they decided to buy, they wanted to do something that I don't see a lot in first-time home buyers. But I'll let Keith maybe talk a little bit about what was your plan. First of all, they moved here to Marion. We're in Marion right now. He moved to Marion from North Dakota.
Yep.
So there was a little bit of long distance back and forth there, but we finally got you guys here.
Yeah.
And we started looking. So what was the original plan?
Yeah. So I remember thinking, all right, we want to, we were looking at houses, and I'm kind of hands-on, and so we were thinking maybe a fixer-upper. And so the more we were kind of looking into it, I realized that the VA loan that I qualified for with service in the National Guard, I could buy up to a quadplex, and so this whole new realm of like not just buying a single family, but maybe buying a duplex or a triplex or quadplex, living in one part of it, having that solid mortgage, and renting out the other sides of it just sounded like a kind of a cool opportunity, something to try early on.
Yeah, and this is something that I have said before in my videos, and that I like to talk to a lot of, usually they're young people, folks who have kids and whatnot. This might not be their bag, but with young folks, first-time home buyers, college students, people just out of college, I like to talk about this concept of house hacking, where you purchase, even if you're purchasing a single-family home and you're just one person with multiple bedrooms, you can rent those bedrooms out. Or like Keith and Raechelle decided to do, they purchased a duplex and decided to Airbnb the second floor. So, and Keith, being the electrical engineer that he is, was very confident in his skills at putting everything together. So, so we're gonna go upstairs and check out this Airbnb, and I'm gonna let Keith talk a little bit more about what that process looked like and kind of how things have worked out for him. So let's go check it out. All right, Keith, we're going up.
Sounds good. So yeah, duplex, it's completely separate entrance. We're walking up the exterior staircase to the only entrance to up here. And so up here, we're gonna find a 1-bedroom apartment. It's kind of like an oversized apartment. It's gonna have a living room and a bathroom and a kitchen. And we took kind of our time on the remodel because we were working full time and going to school, stuff like that. So it took us a little while, but we have recently refinished it all. So now it is Airbnb. We got this little Airbnb sticker.
You're official. You're official. And what did you guys like? What really turned you out about that? What made you guys decide this was the one?
I think, well, it's funny. So working with Tim, and this goes to show how important it is to find a good realtor, somebody who's showing you around, finding properties that maybe you're not looking at. Because this one was one we weren't even gonna look at. It was towards the bottom of our price range. We thought maybe it was gonna be pretty trash, but when we walked through it, I think the biggest thing for me and my wife was it felt manageable to do. Because it is such a small space up here, we felt like we wouldn't go crazy with the cost of renovation and stuff like that. I think it's about 500 square feet or less up here, but it turned into a really nice space. And so what we did, we put in recessed lights, got rid of all the old lights up here.
Yep.
We did all new paint, all new floors.
Floors look fantastic. I mean, I wish I could probably find pictures and put it up into the video of what this looked like before, because it's amazing what you guys have done with the space.
Yeah, so the carpet, paint, lights really changed a lot. That's the main thing that you'll see change in this room. This is like the living room, hangout room. So if you're with the Airbnb, we have a pull-out couch.
So it could house, what's your guess, like up to 4?
So we have up to 3.
Up to 3.
Just because since we live here down in the bottom, we don't want a whole bunch of people in and out.
You don't want a herd of people running around up here.
Smaller parties up
right,
here.
Right.
So, and we're still pretty new to it. Maybe we do advance to 4 later on, but we like 3 and it's been working for us. So they got the Roku stream bar here, so people can just sign in with their credentials and enjoy any streaming service they want. So this is the living room. We got a work from home desk here. Post-pandemic, I think it's important to have good internet and a good desk in case anybody wants to work.
And what kind of, I think a lot of times people think Airbnbs, they think like people that are going to rent for the weekend, but it sounds like you've had 2 different customers where, you want to talk about those individual people for work, right?
Yeah, yeah. When I mentioned Airbnb in Cedar Rapids, we got a lot of people, and myself maybe included, where at first I was like, man, who's going to vacation here? You know, because when you think Airbnb, you think vacations.
Right.
And really, we're getting a lot of people staying more than 2 nights, maybe visiting family here, passing through for work or whatever. So we're not, actually the 1-night stays are pretty rare. Usually we're getting 2, 3-night stays and maybe a couple week and a half stays in a month.
And you got a month-long one coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we have a month-long stay coming up, and that's pretty cool. So.
That's awesome. Yep. All right, let's check out the bedroom real quick.
Okay. So a little bit small, but we fit a queen in here.
Yep.
Very similar to the living room. All we really did here was replace the lights. We painted. We put the floors in. You know, added just a couple basic features with the nightstand, and replaced all the electrical outlets and stuff like that. Just
I seem to remember, was that fan wonky when you bought it? Was it like one of those ones that kind of wobbled when you turned it on?
It was ding, 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 ding.
I feel like I remember that.
I don't want to scare anybody here that they might fall on them. So this.
I feel like this is like the showcase space right here. You guys really did awesome here.
Definitely. So we're walking into the eat-in kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing in here, the recessed lights, I can't say enough. It really changed the whole space up here. There was just one dome light here and one fan right above you, Tim.
Uh-huh.
And the whole bar area where you're standing here with the fridge and this secondary kind of countertop, that was all not existent. There was just one fridge and it was just blank space. And so we added the countertop, and then people love open shelving, and so does my wallet because it costs a lot less.
Right.
So I'd suggest, looking into some open shelving.
For those of you Airbnb folks out there, anyone renovating, seriously, open shelving.
It's the way, and especially if you have an artistic wife like me, you fill it up with all these nice, decorations. So, yeah. Over
Keith,
here,
why do you just have a washing machine in your kitchen?
Gotcha. It is a washing machine and dryer.
Yeah.
And this was a big addition for up here. We didn't have, prior to us buying the house, there was no laundry for this unit at all. And so, we just looked into it, and I guess this is pretty popular in like Europe and even some Asian countries where they just have their washer and dryer running right off of the plumbing for the sink. And so this washer dryer unit, it does take a little bit longer, medium loads, but it runs right off the wall, 110 volt, and it's ventless, and so it just kind of evaporates into the air. So maybe you get a little more humid in here on a drying cycle, but very manageable and worth the cost in our opinion. So yeah, we went, put in new countertops and a couple new cabinets and a new sink, new appliances, and it really changed the game up here.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the kitchen. When we were looking at this place, I just remember like it's kind of one of those. It was older, and it kind of had that yellow, that 80s, that 70s, just like everything was kind of like dingy yellow. That's what I feel I remember it looked like. So all right, we're gonna pop our heads in the bathroom here.
Okay.
Tight quarters. But nice, but really nice. Look again, got that open shelving right there. Yep. And then you did just talk behind me. What'd you guys do? Looks like you did all new everything really.
Yeah. So
kind of gutted it.
This was a gut, and so we added a recessed light. We replaced a tub with a shower and added the rainfall shower head, which is kind of like a key piece. We really wanted to brighten it up in here because it is so small. It didn't get any bigger when we remodeled.
Right.
We knew we couldn't really make the walls bigger, so we pretty much got the smallest vanity we could fit. But everything we did put in here, we were very intentional about making it look good. The door used to open in too, so it felt even smaller. It was literally a closet bathroom. So we had the door swing the other way to give you a little more room. Built in some storage because we went to a shower, got rid of the tub, and tiled the floors with this black hex tile. And then again, added lights, so got a really bright vanity light, and a brighter recessed light and fan light. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. And that is that's the Airbnb above your home.
That's right.
So
Here we go. Welcome to the Uptown B. So that's what we're calling it. That's kind of what we're branding it. So
nice. So just last questions is just because I know that when people think about investing in real estate, there's a couple of different routes.
yeah.
One of the routes that's gotten really popular is turning properties into Airbnbs.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, what made you decide to do Airbnb? And then and you kind of talked about it a little bit, but maybe recap a little bit about how successful has it been? Has it been a good option for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I would say right away we did not think it was going to be an Airbnb. When we first moved in, first bought the house, we thought, okay, let's just get.
Well, you're talking about you had some friends, like you had a friend
Yeah.
you thought was going to rent out the upstairs for a while.
Yep. And so it was kind of a journey of thought. I think, initially we were just thinking traditional tenants, but then the more we just kind of heard about the Airbnb buzz, I could tell just looking into some numbers and occupancy rates and stuff like that. I thought, well, if this works out, the ceiling is much higher, but if it doesn't work out, the floor is lower. Like, you can make more than your consistent rent, or you can make less. And so we decided, because the house was pretty run down, like Tim said when we bought it. So it was actually vacant for a while, and so we decided, well, when we open it up, it's not a huge risk to try Airbnb maybe for a couple months. And so here we are a couple months in, and we have nothing but good to say about Airbnb. It has been successful for us because we're so close. It's easy for us to clean and manage between me and my wife, and we've been able to clear our mortgage payments every month since we've been open, and so that's pretty awesome.
That's a win. And what's the goal? I mean, so like I think a lot of people are like, okay, well, one win is I'm not paying out of my pocket.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's say 6 months down the road, kind of what are your hopes to be? Yeah, I mean, you guys should be hoping to cash flow in a little bit on a monthly basis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cash flow more and more, I guess. I think becoming a super host on Airbnb will kind of allow you to up your prices because people recognize, okay, they're a good host with solid reviews. And so our next Airbnb super host grading period, I think, is in October. And so we're on track to become a super host, where we can then bump our prices up, maybe lower our occupancy rate a little bit, but still make as much or more.
Sure.
Because of that. And so that's less work for us and more cash flow there. Grand vision, right now just the upstairs is paying for the house.
Right.
So this gives us the opportunity now to feel more confident moving out of the bottom and Airbnb the bottom as well.
I was gonna say, what's next?
So,
what's in the future?
yeah. So if we're able to do that, it's anything made by the bottom at that point. If the top continues to do well, anything made by the bottom is really just
it's just gravy right there.
It's just gravy. It's money for future investments, money we can put in the house for its longevity. It's opportunity. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. So I'll figure out my transitions eventually, guys. But for right now, if y'all want to rent out the Uptown B, I'll have a link to the Airbnb in the text below on this video, and just come check it out. It's a really great space. Keith and Raechelle have taken great care of it, really good care of it, and you guys have really done what I like to see, is you've taken an old house and kind of saved it and given it new life, because what I'm standing in right now is 300, 400, 500% better than what it was. Than what we initially walked through. No, I need those pictures, definitely. So, all right, well, hey, y'all have a great day. Thank you so much, Keith, for taking me through the property.
For sure.
And
thanks, Tim Nash, Realtor.
Yep. Thanks so much, Keith. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye.